So we are starting. This is Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 11, Part 4, Chapter 9, and it is called Detachment from All That Is Material. We had done till verse 25. So today we are doing 26 verse. A man attached to the body accumulates money with great struggle to expand and protect the position of his wife, children, property, domestic animals, servants, homes, relatives, friends, and so on. He does all this for the gratification of his own body. As a tree before dying process produces the seed of a future tree, the dying body manifests the seed of one's next material body in the form of one's accumulated karma, thus assuring the continuation of material existence. The material body sinks down and dies. It's a simple, straightforward message which says that man is in the process of accumulating money. And how does he do it? He does it by means of a lot of struggle. So let us say the person has a family. He has his wife, children, mother, father, brother, whoever. And then he has his cattle and so many other things, dogs, cats, I don't know, so many things. For everybody, you need to feed. And for everyone, you need to ensure that they have certain growth in their family, in their own house, which means by means of food, by means of shelter, by means of clothing. All these things are required. Everything requires money. And the moment money comes into the picture, he has already started his cycle of karma. Because to gather money, man has to work hard. He has to struggle very, very hard. So once he struggles, why is the struggle there? For gratification purposes. Gratification means I want to gratify myself. I want to enjoy something. So what does this enjoyment stand for? So with his wife, he is going to have relations, bodily relations. With his children, he is going to ensure that they are educated, they are grown, and they get married, they settle down. So many things, right? With his servants, he is going to ensure that the servants get some work, which means servant doesn't directly translate into a manual servant or a physical servant. It could mean that a person could be a person who would be a businessman, and businessmen have people to look after. Companies, they have to look after their employees, so could be that kind of a servant. Animals, domestic animals. If you have a dog in the house or if you have a cat in the house and you don't want to feed the dog or the cat, what's going to happen? They will die. So naturally you need to feed them, right? You need to keep them in a place where they will stay. That means maybe a dog house, where the dog is staying. Or the cat would be sleeping somewhere on the couch. I don't know. So all this is needed. Then property. The moment he has property, what is he thinking of? The property has to give me certain returns. What kind of returns? The property should produce some sort of a grains, some sort of a fruits or flowers or something. Or if he has a house or property like houses and stuff like that, he thinks that that house needs to give me returns. Because it's an investment, isn't it? I am putting money in it. I am struggling very hard to put money in it. So I need to get returns from that. So he wants, if it is a house, he wants to give it out on rent and earn some money. If it is a shop, he wants to give it out on rent and earn some money. So there is always gratification at the end of it all, isn't it? Now, let us say I don't have any gratification. The moment you say these words, what happens? Just think. So, you will find that a very funny scene happens over there. Just yesterday in Japan, one very funny thing happened. There was a man and a woman. who have been married for 20 years, right? More than 20 years. And the children got the man to meet his wife on a place where they met for the first time. Why was that done? It was done because the man refused to speak to his wife for 20 years. He didn't utter a single word to his wife for 20 years. And the children said, we want our father to at least speak to the mother. It was always a one-sided conversation. The woman would speak, the man would never utter a word. He would just say, like that, grunts. So finally what happened was, he was told to sit on the bench and talk to his wife. So they asked him a question. Why was he behaving like this? You know what was his answer? My wife gave more attention to the 3 children that we had. She never paid any attention to me. The moment she had her first child, she started looking after the child and never even looked at me. And that is the reason why I am not interested in talking to her. So he was very grumpy. Now, did you understand what is the return on investment that he's thinking of? I am working hard. I am getting money for the family. I want my wife to love me and take care of me. It is always reciprocation. I want return on investment. So, do you understand what gratification stands for over here? If the husband is there, he wants gratification from his wife. Return on investment. I have invested in getting married to you. Great thing. So you better love me, better take care of me, better make my tea, coffee, and whatever, food and this and that, and okay. And the wife will say, I am married to you. You better look after me. This is gratification is needed. And the moment you do investment of any kind, whether it is in money or marriage or whatever, you have already incurred karma. Because you are invested, isn't it? You have done some work. The moment you do the work, you have invested in something, and that is the start of karma. So, just like the tree before dying, it produces one fruit, and the fruit will fall to the ground, and it will give another small tree. Last 2 days, all the TV channels and all the networks are trying to see a baby hatch, a baby eagle hatch somewhere in the United States. They put cameras on top over there to see how the baby comes out of the egg. And the whole world is following it. How stupid can that be? But yeah, there are these kind of things which happen. So what happens to the human beings? The human beings think that they need return on investment. I love my wife, so my wife has to produce children. So if there are no children, then what happens? Big fights will happen. And when big fights happen, how do they happen? You can't do this and you can't do that, right? Let us take the story of Dangal. Now, since some people have seen Dangal, let me tell you Dangal. The moment the woman delivers a baby girl, the man is unhappy. He says, I don't have somebody who will be, a wrestler. And then the second girl, and then the third girl, and then the fourth girl. So they have 4 children, 4 women, girl child at home. And this man is upset about it. Why? Because he wants return on investment. I have invested in you. Why? I got married to you. Okay. I have made love to you. I have given you my great sperm. So I want a male child. What this man fails to understand, it is his sperm which has caused those female children to come into the picture. He lacks the Y gene. There is X and Y, isn't it? He doesn't have the Y chromosome. And that is the reason why they had girl children. But he will blame his wife for it. This is one extreme example which you have taken. So the girls then become, wrestlers and all that. That's a different story. But isn't it like a compromise in his world? भाई compromise किया मैंने लड़की पैदा करके. On the other hand, there are people who are not having any children. They have been in marriage for many, many years. They don't have any children, and every day they are investing. Okay. They are trying various stunts. You see, in that same movie, didn't they show him going to all the tantra, mantra, jantra, every place, and पानी ऐसा पियो, ये वैसा करो, उसका खाओ, वो करो, ऐसा करो, लड्डू खाओ, पता नहीं क्या क्या खाओ. So here you have, even in my world also, there are some idiots who are trying to sell a fruit juice so that somebody can have children. And what is the price of the fruit juice? The fruit juice which produces children. I mean, I have never heard of this kind of nonsense in my world. But I have one person trying to sell to another person a fruit juice for 25,000 rupees, which will produce a child. Just imagine this. So it is always a return on investment. So you have invested, now you want returns, and this is the reason why you get into the cycle of karma. The cycle of karma starts. So you have invested in a seed, and this seed is going to give you more trees. So remember, you are going to get more lives after this. You have sanctioned for yourself lives. One life after another life, after another life, after another life, after another life. And these are millions of lives. In one life itself, if you live for 80 years or 90 years, okay, Kapoor and Sons, 90 years old man, right? He won the prize and all that. Now think, that kind of an old man is living in your own house. Every day from the age of 65 and 70, he is going to tell you, मैं कल मरने वाला हूँ. और 90 years हो गया फिर भी मरता नहीं. My grandmother used to tell me, right from the age when I was born, I'm going to die tomorrow. And the tomorrow came at the age of 95. Okay. And you think that 95 years of age, from the age of, let us say, from the age of 60 to 65, she had all the problems in the world. Would you like to have these kind of problems every single day of your life? Every day thinking, I'm going to die tomorrow. Every day thinking, I'm going to die tomorrow. Now, if in your life 10 years go like this, okay, some people have incessant headaches. Some people have body aches. Some people have cancer. Goes on for 8 years, 10 years, 20 years, I don't know how many years. Would you like to have this kind of a life 1.85 million times? Think. Women, they always talk that I don't like my, that monthly periods and all that. And they hate this thing till the end, till it stops. Right? Some people have the PMS and this and that, and every month when it happens, you get so irritated. So irritated. Now think, in one lifetime, from the age of 10 and 12 till the age of say 50, 45 or 50. Okay? For 40 whole years of your life, you are going through this torture and pain. 40 years of this life multiplied by 1.85 million times. How would you love to enjoy that kind of a life? So when you do this kind of return on investment, putting money and wanting returns on that, expectations, you have already sanctioned yourself so many million lives. Think. And that is what Krishna is trying to tell you, Dattatreya is telling you, that you have sanctioned yourself so many lives. Which translates into, now you're going to get into bigger trouble. Now, a man who has many wives is constantly harassed by them. He is responsible for their maintenance, and thus all the ladies constantly pull him in different directions, each struggling for their self-interest. Similarly, the material senses harass the conditioned soul, pulling him in many different directions at once. On one side, the tongue is pulling him in to arrange tasty food. Then thirst drags him to get a suitable drink. Simultaneously, the sex organ clamors for satisfaction. The sense of touch demands soft, sensuous objects. The belly harasses him until it is filled. The ears demand hearing pleasing sounds. The sense of smell hankers for pleasant aromas, and the fickle eyes clamor for pleasing sights. Thus, the senses, organs, and limbs, all desiring satisfaction, pull the living entity in many directions. Now, this is something which you need to understand. If you have ears, and if you are in a soundproof room, no sound coming from anywhere, what will happen? I want you to think very, very, use your thinking. What is the thinking process? Suppose you are going alone in a jungle. There is no noise. There is sannata. Very silent. Nobody is talking to you. Would you not want to hear your own voice? Huh? And while you are walking on the street, you say, dangal, 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 dangal. Something like that. Or maybe you will want to say, jangal, jangal, pata chala hai. Like that kind of a song. Some song you want to hear. Somebody's voice you need to hear. If I have the ears, I need to hear. What is the point in having a nose but no smell? Think. You have a nose and there is a sense organ inside which smells different things, and there is no smell anywhere. You are living in a vacuum. Only thing is put on your nose is oxygen. What is going to happen? Then there is nothing happening to your sense smell, isn't it? You have eyes, but everything is black. So did you see that everything in your world is directed towards his achievements? So if you have wife, you want to have sexual relations with her, isn't it? Imagine a wife sitting in one corner of the room and you sitting in another corner of the room and not doing anything. Ye tera ghar, ye mera ghar, like that. How does that work? बोला तुम सिर्फ किचन में बैठने का, मैं सिर्फ बाहर बैठने का. बच्चा पैदा किधर से होएगा? So, and then you have a beautiful wife and you don't get to touch her. Imagine, you have a beautiful wife and you are not even going to touch her like this. So these are the problems which Krishna is talking about over here. That everything is directed towards culmination of a certain action. If there is a nose, you want to smell aromas. Aromas, flowers, ripe mangoes, chicken biryanis, like that. Okay, or something happening in the kitchen, at least coffee. Suppose there is no aroma in the coffee and no taste in the coffee, it's like hot water. Would you like to drink? No. You need the taste also, isn't it? Everything tastes like burnt wood. Would you like to eat everything? There is only one taste in your mouth. Burnt wood, burnt wood, how ash, how it tastes. Everything tastes like that. So you are having pulla redika sweets and it is going to taste like burnt wood. Think about it. You are not going to enjoy. So enjoyment doesn't happen. This is the reason why the senses, the sense organs and the organs of action have been given so that you can use them But the moment you use them, you are doing action, and that action culminates into what is called as karma. Now I'm going to ask you one question. Now you are lying in a coma on a bed for 2 years without any movement. Can you stay in bed for 24 hours without movement? Try thinking like that. Your hands are like this, your leg is like that. You know, you will start getting a claustrophobic feeling immediately. I want to get up. You can't move your eyes also. You have to be like this. Think. Can you stay like that? Now, I want you to go. I want you to think in your mind and go inside a coffin and close the lid. You know, after less than 1 minute, you will start choking. Just by the thought process, you will start choking. Just think about it. You are put in jail, which is 7 feet by 3 feet and height of only 1.5 feet. You are to be slid inside that jail. Now I want you to think. You are inside this for 24 hours. Do you know what is going to happen to you? You will die just by the thought. So you need your freedom. You need your hands to move. You need your legs to move. You need your eyes to see something. And everything that you do in this world, you need some action, motivational thing, isn't it? And the moment you have it, you have performed karma. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, expanding his own potency called Maya Shakti, created innumerable species of life to house the conditioned souls. Yet by creating the form of trees, reptiles, animals, birds, snakes, and so on, the Lord was not satisfied within his heart. Then he created human life, which conditioned souls sufficient intelligence to perceive the absolute truth, and he became pleased. This is a very, very strange sentence, and I am telling you, this sentence applies to you 100%. You know, God, when he was making all this beautiful world, you know what he did? He created animals, birds, sky, earth, everything, water, so many things. And then he said, now let us say, all these things I have made, but there is something missing over there. What is missing? I want somebody to recognize me, that I am the creator of this world. So I will make a person who will recognize me. Alright? Who will look up to me and say, oh, you are the greatest thing on planet Earth. Okay. Now I want you to think in your life also. Are you going to buy a jewelry which you will keep locked in the cupboard and never use it? Are you going to buy a sari or a dress which is never going to get used? You're buying the sari, or you're buying the dress, or you're buying the jewelry so that you can wear it and look nice. It praises you, isn't it? The dress, oh, I look so nice. You praise yourself, isn't it? Because you look good. Okay. Or you buy a nice cell phone. Let us say you are buying an iPhone 8 or 7 or whatever the new one that is coming. And you are just going to keep it in your showcase and just look at it every day. बोला मैंने 1 लाख का खर्चा किया है वो शोकेस में रखने के लिए फोन. Or you buy the fanciest of the TV. Today it is 4K or 5K, I don't know. Now 5K TV or something like that has come in the market, and you have bought that TV for 5 lakh rupees. And you are putting it in the wall and you are not putting it on. Is that okay? No. You want something to happen to it, isn't it? Likewise, you are getting married and you are going to tell the world, I am married. हनीमून पे गया? नहीं सर. तो काय के लिए शादी किया तुमने? I mean, isn't that the question you are going to ask? You know, New Year resolution. Today is a happy New Year for everybody. Most of the people buy some fancy big books, diaries they call them. Okay. And they have a verbal diarrhea today. In the diary, they write down, from today onwards, I am going to get up early in the morning. First thing they write is that I will get up at 4 o'clock. You know why? Because everybody else gets up at 4 o'clock. All the rich and famous people who have a lot of money get up at 4 a.m. I get up at 4 a.m. Next, I will finish all my morning oblations in, ablutions. By this time, I will go for a 1 hour run or walk, brisk walk in the morning, 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And then he's going to write at the end, maybe somewhere in the end, he's going to write, I'm going to save money. I'm going to have $1 million in my bank account at the end of the year. Okay. I'm going to buy a new car, something like that. Some people will say, by this year, I'm going to get married. People write that. Or by this year, I will get such a good job or so much of money. Okay. Everything happens. And then what happens? They have closed the diary, put it in front over there, put it in front of God and telling God, God, please help me achieve my objective in this world. Okay? Thank you very much. पेड़ा देता हूँ, ये करता हूँ, वो करता हूँ. By the way, फर्स्ट को हमेशा लोग स्वीट्स बनाते हैं. अच्छा स्वीट खाने से अच्छा बरस चलेगा. And on second morning, the person gets up at 6:45. Oh my God, my alarm didn't ring. I had put 5 alarms. First alarm was for 3:30. 4 o'clock he wants to get up. 3:30 is the first alarm. Second alarm is at 4 o'clock. Third alarm is at 4:30. Fourth alarm is at 5:30. And then the next alarm is at 6:30. And when he looks at his cell phone, at 6:45 he says, ये alarm किसने बंद किया? He looks at his cell phone and he says, ये alarm किसने बंद किया? And I only must have shut down. My hand must have gone on the alarms and said, okay, now shut down. So you have got up at 6:45. What happened to your walk or your run? कल से करेगा मैं. On 3rd of January 2017, I will go for a walk. And by the way, what kind of a walk? Yes, today I didn't go for a walk, for 1 hour. I will go for 2 hours walk. 2 hours walk on the 3rd of January. Till the 31st of December, that 2-hour walk has never happened. It has happened 10 times in the whole year. You have definitely tried hard. 10 times in a year, you have succeeded in going for a 1-hour walk. On 31st of December, you open the diary and say, walk every day for 1 hour. मैंने किया. Don't say मैंने नहीं किया. मैंने जरूर किया walk. You ask yourself, कितने बार किया? बहुत बार किया. बहुत बार किया. कितने बार किया? बहुत बार किया. बहुत बार किया का मतलब क्या है? फनी पार्ट इज बहुत बार किया मतलब 1 बार किया नहीं, 2 बार किया नहीं, 50 बार किया नहीं, उससे थोड़ा कम, 40 बार किया नहीं, उससे थोड़ा कम. तो बोला कितना किया? बोला 20-25 बार तो किया. 20-25 बार किया? आई डोंट थिंक सो. नहीं, एक 10-12 रहेगा. Are you sure it is 10 or is it 12? See, 12 times. Okay, no. Let us take it 10 times in the year I have done it. The man has finally arrived at a figure which says 10 times in 365 days. The resolution has been, oh my God. And then you try to really investigate that 10 times, you will find that तो सवेरे 4 बजे उठ के 10 बार गया था 5 बजे नहीं, वो एक आध बार या 2 बार गया था. बाकी का 1 घंटा जो वॉक किया वो कुछ नहीं. One day, I didn't get a taxi, so I just walked for 1 hour. So you are compensating 4 o'clock in the evening, you are walking from your house to MG Road and back, and that you are thinking that is that 1 hour of walk you did, and you have put it for 10 times in a year, में उसमें 1 time वैसा. You know how funny man is? He will give you all kinds of stupid reasons and say that he has achieved something, whereas he's actually done nothing. So this resolution thing, resolve not to put any resolutions in the paper after this ever again. मतलब वैसे भी मैं कुछ करने वाला नहीं हूं, तो रेजोल्यूशन लेके एक पेज खराब होता है मेरा. एक 1st of January तो जरूर खराब होएगा, क्योंकि करने वाला मैं कुछ नहीं है. तो करते क्यों हो फिर? Now see, this is what we are talking about. So, after many births and death, one achieves a rare human form of life, which, although temporary, affords one the opportunity to attain the highest perfection. Thus, a sober human being should quickly endeavor for the ultimate perfection of life, as long as his body, which is always subject to death, has not fallen down and died. After all, sense gratification is available even in the most abominable species of life, whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for human beings. Why was I telling you about all these things? It's because you do karma, and you want to do karma every single day, right? Now think about it. You have bought a certain thing for using it for that purpose. I was telling you about a gold chain or gold something like that you have bought. For what purpose? So that you can use it. And you have never used it till today. I still regret many years ago what I did. We bought a sewing machine, the latest in the market. And it's a big table. And the sewing machine could enter inside that top. And it could be hidden, and it became a table. That sewing machine was used as a TV car table for many years. The sewing machine never came out. I still regret buying it. कि मैंने इतना पैसा खर्चा करके इतना अच्छा sewing machine लिया, लेकिन that sewing machine only became a TV table top. उसके ऊपर टीवी रख सकता हूँ. क्या फायदा हुआ? कुछ नहीं. भगवान ने दिमाग दिया है किसके लिए? अच्छा काम करने के लिए. मतलब जो स्विंग मशीन है, स्विंग मशीन का काम करना चाहिए, लेकिन किया किसका काम? what work did the sewing machine top do? Table. It became a table for the television. Correct? Isn't this what we do with our lives? God gives us brains, and we use them for all wrong purposes. God gives us body and looks, and we use it for all the wrong purposes. Right? This is what you need to avoid. So Krishna is telling over here, this life of a human being has been given to you so that you can achieve the objective that is laid out for it. That is to reach me. But you are going to use it for not reaching me, but putting yourself into jeopardy every time and making a new life for yourself. I will tell you how a drunkard behaves. The drunkard, that day something bad has happened to him, आज से मैं नहीं पिएगा. From today onwards, God promised I am never going to drink. In the evening, थोड़ा सा मैं इतना सा पिएगा, इतना सा, एक पेग खाली. उसके बाद कंट्रोल. He goes to have one peg, ends up coming completely sozzled. Why? You know why he does that? It's because when he was drinking the first peg, he was thinking, एक पेग से मेरा क्या होगा, 2 लेता हूं मैं. 2 लेने के बाद क्या होगा, 3. And then he says, but I made a resolution not to drink, ठीक है, कल से करेंगे. Tomorrow I will not drink. वैसे भी tomorrow is गांधी जयंती, 2 अक्टूबर ना, तो क्या वैसे भी बार्स बंद होंगे तो मैं तो नहीं जाएगा. It's a good day to make a resolution. But when comes 2nd of October, you know what he does? यार ये गांधी जयंती क्यों है? Why did Gandhi ji have to die today only? Or was he born today? I don't know. क्यों यार ऐसा सब करने का? ये सब बार्स बंद है. Go to his friend, बस कुछ है क्या बॉटल में? बोला हाँ बैठ, और वहां पे जाके दारू पिएगा. So what has happened? Never to go in that place. The person has gone again and again and again and again and again. Right? This is what happens to the person. Addiction is exactly like this. There are some people who love to spend money on jewelry. You go and see in their cupboard, you will find jewelry, tons of jewelry lying in their cupboard. बोला ये मैंने ना उधर में गई थी मन्नपुरम में, इधर बल्लभपुरम में, इधर में मल्लेश्वरम में, उधर में वहां पे गई थी, वहां से लिया, वहां गई थी. ओ माय गॉड, तुमने इतना सब लिया? बोला हाँ. Which never won. And you ask another person, तुम्हारा कबर्ड खुलता है? बोला wow, you have what, at least 25 to 30 saris. Yes. When I went to Calcutta, I bought this one. When I went to Kanjivaram, I bought this one. When I went to Ilkal, I bought this one. When I went to Gadwal, I bought this one. ऐसा करके 50 साड़ी वहां पे लटकेला है. बोला कब पहनेगा? I'll wear. बोला you will wear, you don't even wear Indian clothes. You wear only Western clothes, pant or shirt or coat or jacket. साड़ीज कब पहनेगा? तो क्या हो गया साड़ीज का? और वो साड़ीज का वैल्यू टोटल करके रखो. एक 5,000 का, एक 10,000 का, एक 15,000 का, total, and you will find that 2 to 3 lakh rupees investment is lying in the cupboard just like that and never used at all. Likewise, you open your brain and go inside your brain and see the knowledge which is lying in the cupboard of your brain. It has never been used till today. If you really want to know, I will tell you. There is some great person who has done an MBA from a great institute, Indian Institute of Management, Harvard or London School of Economics, या पता नहीं कहाँ से तो भी किया है. बोला जो बुक तुमने पढ़ा था फर्स्ट ईयर में, उसमें का कितना तुमने एक्चुअली यूज किया है आज तक? नहीं, वो तो यूज नहीं होता है. Why? मैं तो I am a consultant with Ernst and Young. अच्छा, वो किधर से यूज होएगा मेरा नॉलेज? But see, the new knowledge which I have, I use. Really? Then what is the point? Till today, when I have asked in my satsang questions related to simple physics, chemistry, geography, biology, or whatever, and till today, I have never found anybody answering my questions. You know the reason why? Because that thing is closed already. Cupboard is closed. You don't remember. I don't remember, sir. Suppose a simple question if I ask, today, let us say, what is the lowest temperature that a thermometer can ever achieve? Do you know what it is measured in? What is the lowest temperature the thermometer can ever achieve, and what is it called? 99.9% of the people will not remember what it is called. Centigrade, sir, Fahrenheit. No, not centigrade. We used to call it Celsius. Celsius and Fahrenheit, 0 degrees. No, 0 degrees not possible. So what is it called? It is called 0 degrees Kelvin. मेरा सिर खुल गया. 0 degrees Kelvin, which is equal to how much? Must be 20-30 degrees Celsius, Fahrenheit. What? I don't remember. Body temperature. What is body temperature? Do you know what body temperature is? Normal body temperature. Does anybody know? What is it? 24 degrees Celsius. Wow. Very good. How many degrees Fahrenheit? See, nobody knows this.
190.
190? 192?
Hello.
24 degrees Celsius means you are dead.
Yeah.
And 192 degrees Fahrenheit means you are burning and you are about to die.
Because 1 or 2 degrees itself is high temperature.
You know what is the temperature that a body has? 39 degrees Celsius and 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit.
98.
See, you studied in school and yet you don't remember. Why? You always think like this. Now, what is the point in studying? Right? One of the funniest things that has happened in the internet just few days ago, I was seeing, there are many companies in this world which make maps. They make very beautiful world maps. And they leave one country out of it. And that country is called New Zealand. New Zealand is supposed to be on this side, on the east of Australia. So what they do is, Japan, Australia, the line is cut over there, and there America से शुरुआत. और बीच में क्या हो गया? कुछ रह क्या नहीं. मतलब the earth is 1/3 gone somewhere. This is what we do. So, if I ask you a simple geography question, you will not be able to answer. Right? What is over here? 1st of January? Is it winter or is it summer?
It's winter.
It's winter. Which part of the world has summer?
Australia.
Which part of the world has summer?
Australia has. It's summer.
One Australia. Another, anything else?
In the US, it is Florida. It's still.
Florida has.
No, not. Florida is warm.
I'm sorry. The answer is the southern hemisphere.
Yes, southern hemisphere. Sure.
Not Australia. Australia is not southern hemisphere. It is just like how they eliminate New Zealand, you have eliminated rest of the countries. Do you know one of the biggest continents is in south? 2. One is Africa. One is South America.
Oh yes.
Then Australia, New Zealand,
Yeah.
like that. So there are so many
Southern
continents in south.
Yeah, southern hemisphere.
And yet, we don't know that. We don't remember. Oh my God. So, very simple question. When you were in 4th standard and 3rd standard, the land of the midnight sun. कौन बनेगा करोड़पति? Tick, 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 tick. Lifeline चाहिए लोगों को. The land of the midnight sun. Nobody remembers. The land of the rising sun.
I know.
I know. I have studied, but I don't remember. See?
I know.
This is what happens. Okay. And simple things, which we have never wanted to remember, it's because we have never used that knowledge. If you have never used your knowledge which God has given you in your studying in school and college, you don't use your clothes and the brain that you have been given by God, what is the point in having that kind of a brain or that clothes in your cupboard? What's the point of learning in school when you don't even want to use that knowledge? It's exactly the same thing where God has given you this body so that you can remember Him. And you don't want to remember Him. You want to do everything else in the world except remember Him. Spirituality is about remembering God all the time, 24/7. You ask a person who has got body ache, he will remember the body ache for the 1 hour or the 2 hours that the person is there. That the body ache is there with the person. I got such a stinking headache, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I took so many medicines. मैंने बोला अगर ये ऑयल लगाया, वो किया. मैंने सिर ऐसा वॉल के ऊपर भी पटका, फिर भी मेरा सिर दर्द गया नहीं. He will remember the headache that he's got. Right? Or he will remember how many hours he was standing outside the school trying to get admission for his child. He will remember that. He will remember the first steps taken by his child. I have some idiots in my world who have taken imprints of their foot and their hands of the children when they were born. But if you ask the same person, do you remember God like that? No. Of course, I pray, every day I pray. Without fail, I stand in front of God and I say, in the name of the Father and of the Son and the Holy Spirit, Amen. God, today I have a very big day. See, my boss he's called me for one-on-one. Please take care of it. Please, thoda sa, sambal ke lena. That's what he does in front of God. Today I have an appointment. Please take care of it. That is all that he will stand in front of God for. But he has never till today stood in front of God and say, you are so beautiful. He will sing a song. You are beautiful. Like that. He will sing songs. But he is not going to stand in front of God and say, you are the greatest thing that has happened to me. And this is what he says. After all, sense gratification is available even to the most abominable species of life. हर कुत्ता भी करता है. I always say these words. Every dog does it. हर कुत्ता. तो तुम किसकी बात कर रहे हो? Sense gratification is done by every person in this world. Whereas Krishna consciousness is possible only for human beings. You have got such a great legacy that you have been born as a human being and you can be reaching God. But you better do it, isn't it? Having learned from my spiritual masters, I remain situated in realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and fully renounced and enlightened by realized spiritual knowledge, wander the earth without attachment or false ego. So Dattatreya is telling him, as an Avduta, he is telling Yadu, and Krishna is telling Uddhava. See, I got a spiritual teacher, and this spiritual master has taught me how to live in this world with detachment completely. How to be fully immersed in the Lord 24/7. And I have been enlightened by realized spiritual knowledge. The knowledge which is being given by my Guru has enlightened me to that level where I remain dwelling in that knowledge forever and ever. So I can walk the streets and I don't have to think, घर को जाके घर में बीवी को पैसा जाके देने का है. बोला बीवी दिखी तो उसका बोलने का चिकना चेहरे को हाथ लगा के बोलने का तू कितनी सुंदर है. बच्चे लोगों को देख के बोलने का कि oh my God, such beautiful children. उनका जाके पैर दबाने का, बोला कैसा कुश्ती करता है तो पैर दबाता हूं मैं। वाई? ओलंपिक मेडल विन करने का है ना, इंटरनेशनल मेडल विन करने का है, इसीलिए पैर भी दबाने का। समझ में आया कि नहीं? This person who is an avduta doesn't have to do any of that nonsense. He doesn't have to think about his children who are going to become MBAs or going to become big in this world. He doesn't have to think of a house where a robber is going to come and take his things from his house. He doesn't have to think like that. He doesn't have to think that there are 25 saris which I have never worn in my cupboard. He doesn't have to think that I need to keep some money for retirement purposes. He doesn't have to think that he doesn't have a chappal to wear. He doesn't have to think कि मैं मेरा कपड़ा और चप्पल और मैं पैसा जो है वो किधर तो भी छुपा के रखता हूँ and I will take a snana. When you go inside a temple, you are worried about somebody robbing your chappal, isn't it? You know that? You are worried that somebody will rob your chappal. When you enter a crowded place, वो जो यहाँ पे जो पर्स है उसको ऐसा सामने करके रखते हैं. I have seen people who instead of carrying the backpack behind, they carry it as a front pack. For two reasons. One is protection of whatever valuable that is there inside and the protection of their body also. Body is a possession. कोई तो भी इधर उधर हाथ लगाएगा इसीलिए फ्रंट में बैकपैक लगाया. Women, what they do? They have long hairs, they will put it in front. Why? They want to cover their breasts so that people will not look. And what do people do? That is the first thing they want to see. Why? Because you have things which you want to protect. So you have your family to protect. That is why I always ask people, 2 महीना पैसा मत भेजो और देखो फिर घर को क्या होता है. It is never going to be like that they are not going to ask you क्या हो गया, तुम्हारा नौकरी गया क्या, तुम्हारा लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम आ गया क्या हम लोग. एंड द थर्ड मंथ ऑनवर्ड्स दे से हम मर गए इसीलिए हमको नहीं भेजते हो. 2 months you do and see, third month they will say, they will call you by names. पहले अच्छे से बात करेंगे. First month, second month, it's okay. First month they will say, it's all right, you don't have to send money. They will say these words. Okay, you don't have to. You are really working very hard. You must not be having. That's why you couldn't send. Second month, if you don't send them money, they will say, नौकरी छूट गया है क्या? कि किधर पैसा तुमने डाला है क्या? Suppose you tell them, I got national saving certificate. Yeah. Year end है. National saving certificate में खर्चा करनी. You should definitely do it. Third month, if you don't send the money, they'll think that there is something desperately wrong. They will ask you the question, you are running short of money, is it? Can we send you some? 6 months down the line, they will say, तुम्हारे लिए तुम्हारे माँ बाप मर गए है लगता है. पहले तुम कितना अच्छा ख्याल रखते थे. You used to take care of us, Now you don't even bother sending money. क्यों? नया बॉयफ्रेंड या गर्लफ्रेंड आ गई है इसके लिए, शादी कर रहा है इसके लिए. अभी तो तुमको तुम्हारे माँ बाप का ख्याल नहीं आता है. एंड 1 year डाउन द लाइन तू हमारा कोई भी नहीं है. You are nobody to us. You see, you stop taking care of us and we stop thinking that you are our son or daughter. So when you have this kind of relationship happen, and this is exactly how relationships are. Now let us say if there is a mother-daughter who talk to each other every week, at least 2-3 times. For 1 whole month, the daughter doesn't call. Two months down the line, the daughter is still not called. 3 months down the line, she is still not called. In between, If you look at the daughter's phone, there are 10,000 missed calls from her mother. 3 months down the line, and the mother will say, इतना बिजी है तुमको 2 मिनट का कॉल करने को नहीं होता? You are so busy in your life, is it? You have forgotten your mother? This is called attachment. And this is the cause of disaster in the world. When you have attachment, you have expectations. And when you have expectations, remember you are falling down. So what about this attachment with God? God has given you birth. आज तक उसको पूछा है तुमने? फोन क्या कुछ भी नहीं करते हो? भगवान सोचते रहता है कि है ना ये यार एटलीस्ट एक कॉल करेगा, एटलीस्ट एक कॉल करेगा, एटलीस्ट एक कॉल करेगा। आज तक फोन नहीं गया। जब भी मांगता है तभी सामने आके खड़ा रहेगा आदमी। When the man wants something, he will stand in front of God and say, God, today, please, let my paper be बहुत अच्छे से जाने दे। Otherwise, he doesn't do that. So, although the absolute truth is without a second, the sages have described him in many different ways. Therefore, one may not be able to acquire very firm and complete knowledge from one spiritual master. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, having thus spoken to King Yadu, the wise Brahmana accepted obeisance and worship from the king and felt pleased within himself. Then bidding farewell, he left exactly the way he had come. O Uddhava, hearing the words of the Avduta, the saintly King Yadu, who is the forefather of our own ancestors, became free from all material attachment, and thus his mind was evenly fixed on spiritual platform. So what happens? You have to live your life with detachment, dispassion, and discrimination. Remembering God at all points in time, that is the reason why your birth has taken place. The way you take care of your mother or your father, or whosoever in your life, your own children, why not invest that amount of knowledge and everything of yours in God? Because He has given birth to you. And this is exactly how things have to be done. Understood? And once you get your knowledge from your spiritual master, there is a lot more which your inner master will teach you. The one inside of you, the God inside of you will teach you much more. You will find answers in everything. Yesterday, there was a show where, a person was asked, who are your teachers? And this lady, she's a very beautiful woman, she says, my father and mother are my teachers. Now the father and mother may not be there. She's a daughter of Gemini Ganeshan. Her name is Rekha. So the next thing was, she says, I learn from people like you. She was looking at Deepika Padukone and telling her, I learn from people like you. I know I have to change. So you have to learn even from the smallest of the creatures. Likewise, knowledge is like this. It keeps on coming to us. We need to grasp the real truth in the knowledge and understand it. And that whole thing outside, which is called Prakriti, is also our teacher. And this is the teacher which my Gurudev was talking about. Not only is your spiritual master one, but the whole universe is also teaching you constantly. That you are not going to be around for a very long time. You better understand it today only. Start looking towards God and go and lose yourself in Krishna consciousness. And this is what we got to achieve. So we have come to the end of chapter 9. Next time we will do chapter 10, the nature of fruitive activity. So we shall end over here today. Wish you all a very happy new year. Okay.